That's just my treasure, don't worry about it.
What was that? We're losing power! Grab the parachutes! Quick, go!
They survived.
What did you make me do? I spent everything I had on that helicopter and now it's gone. Oh, what's going on with this world?
Well, at least I saved my essential guide to the Amazon rainforest.
That crash took down stuff that I've spent months gathering from all over South America.
Well, that's not as important as the fact that we all made it out safely. And we're not even that far from the Kamapoco people's homeland. But that'll mean walking through the jungle.
You still want to go there after everything that's happened?
Yes, those people need to hear the good news of Jesus.
Why am I even here?
Well, I know why I'm here. The ancient emerald of the Orinoco is in that jungle somewhere, and I will find it.
Okay everyone, there's no point in spending time here because we're gonna have to move out eventually. So let's see if any of our supplies made it down intact, and then head out of here. I hate to say it, but the chances of finding anything in here are... What? Just pause for a second and look around.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful.
Yes, the rainforest is one of God's wonderful creations. It's a place where we can really see how the work that was made into making the world.
Wait, what do a bunch of, let's see, what are those? Hashapona trees and mayflowers have to do with God?
God made the whole world, Nicole. Not just the rainforest, but the whole world, and especially his people. He loves us very much.
But why isn't the whole world as beautiful as this?
So there are bits and pieces of God's glory in the whole world, but we were his people. We're the ones who were supposed to take care of it and spread God's glory. But instead, we rebelled and have done a pretty poor job of things. But that's a lesson for another day. For now, let's just look around and see if any of our supplies made it down. And then let's go. Come on.
Noel, talking about trees and flowers and creators and worlds when I could be out looking for that treasure. That jewel is going to make me so rich. Oh, what's this? Oh, old paper. Could it be a clue to the treasure? Let's see. It's got some sort of strange symbol on it, like a blue circle with green blobs. Huh. Well, it's got to be a clue. I'll just have to wait and see what turns up next.
Well, I had some teaching posters. They talked about how God, people are find them. They must have fallen out of the helicopter and scattered everywhere.
Well, it's not looking good. All the crates we found have either been burned or smashed, which isn't much of a surprise considering the height they fell from. Do you have any food or water in that pack, do you?
No, I never really thought these would be important.
And if anyone cares, I didn't find any treasure either. Though I might have found a clue.
By the way, did you find your teaching posters?
No, the teaching posters fell from such a height. They're probably scattered all over the jungle by now. But I did find some berries. Those can make food for dinner for now. And tomorrow, we can start heading along the stream. And then
What will we eat? We can't expect to find berries just like laying around the jungle.
It's okay, God will provide. He always does. By the way, does your book have any maps?
Let's see. Yeah. Which map would you like to see? Map of watersheds, map of endangered species, map of dominant critters? We're gonna die out here!
Die? Oh no, we're gonna die!
How about a map of the topography or some towns and villages?
Nothing here, just... Ooh, what is that? An axe? Oh, no, it's just a marker telling where the Kamahoko live.
Oh, let me see that. Perfect. So, according to the map, the main village is that way. About 4 days' journey, I'd say.
4 days? It's a long time to spend out in this jungle.
It'll be wonderful. Plenty of time to see God's beautiful creation, plants and animals.
Monkeys? They pretend.
Wow. I didn't know it was possible to be this hungry.
Yeah, forget about finding that emerald of the Orinoco. I just need to concentrate on finding our next meal. What was that you said earlier about God will provide?
I know it's hard to trust him right now, but I'm confident that he heard our prayer and he will give us what we need right when we need it.
Well, it's sure hard to imagine needing it any more than we do right now.
I'm so tired. I need to rest for just 1 minute.
Good idea. It's been a long day.
Oh, you can say that again.
Guys, you'll never believe what just happened!
Wait, what? Nuts?
Cashews to be exact, and they're already shelled and roasted. How could that happen?
It was crazy. They just like fell out of the tree. Some local people must have stored them up there. What a coincidence.
That wasn't just a coincidence. That was God. He answered our prayer.
But that wasn't anything miraculous or supernatural. I mean, the cashews were already up there in the tree. That monkey must have knocked them down.
You're right. It wasn't the kind of miracle you expected. At least not in the fire falls from heaven and seas part kind of way. But it was still a miracle. You see, when God made the monkey and the tree and the nuts, he knew what we would need. And he put them in the right place at the right time. So you see, he was providing for us long before we even knew we needed anything.
So, if God did that, then why didn't he provide a bigger meal?
He didn't provide a bigger meal so that we would trust him more. God will always be our provider, so we need to learn not to worry about how we're going to get the things we need.
So, can we eat the food now?
Yes. We've still got a long way to go.
Well, thank you.
Good night.
Oh, man. Man, this trap sure isn't getting any easier, is it?
No, and it won't until we get past all these streams down to the main path through the jungle. We should be able to reach it by lunchtime today.
Wait, don't step in there. My book says there are piranhas in some of these streams.
Some of them?
Don't you know what a piranha can do? A bite from just one can take off your foot, toe, just like that.
I, for one, am very sheep.
Well, you're missing the point. Do we really want to risk wading into a stream where there might be fish that want to kill us?
Actually, I wasn't planning on wading in the stream. There's a bridge right here.
But still, you need to see this. See, there's this snake called the bushmaster that hides in the jungle and comes at night. be over 6 feet long, and it can kill you with just one bite. Ah!
Does your book tell you how common they are in the area, or what to do if you get bitten?
No, this book is for people who want to learn about the jungle. It doesn't expect you to actually go there. But see here, this map of dominant predators says we're getting into Puma country.
What's that? Sorry, I'm not the learned, scholar that you.
A puma, otherwise known as a cougar, panther, or mountain lion, is a big cat that hunts in forested areas throughout North and South America.
You know that a puma won't attack you if you spread out your arms and act big and scary, right?
Sure.
What is that?
It sounded like a person in trouble.
Oh, what happened?
There was this crazy puma, and they attacked my camp. And I felt like he struck rocks as I was running away.
What were you saying about pumas that attacking people?
Wow. You don't even have to be touched by an animal to get hurt in this jungle. It's like it's out to get you.
Trees! It is okay! We come in peace!
Reality check. It's a forest. It's not out to get you.
Okay, I'll take you down to the street and watch out for foods. You guys stay here and watch over the camp.
Wait, you're leaving us alone in this crazy jungle with a crazed puma around?
Not alone. God is with you. He can protect you from any danger. Just trust him.
Oh, it could be another puma.
I don't know about you guys, but this jungle still gives me the creeps. I really hope Noel comes back soon so that we can.
What did you say you do without the puma?
Get really tall and act like mice. What are you doing?
I'm camouflaged. The puma can't see me.
Okay, well, you stay there in your little army fort, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to get us away from this crazy animal.
Hey guys, what are you doing over here? What are you doing? I'm here. The puma can't see me.
The one that attacked Pele?
Oh, yeah.
That one, yeah. It burst into the clearing after you left.
Oh.
It's gonna eat us.
Well, you guys heard the story of Daniel? What happened to Daniel?
Is he the guy that got thrown in with the lions?
Yes, and God protected him, even though lions are bigger and scarier than pumas.
So what are we supposed to do?
Right. God listens when we talk to him.
Okay, here goes. God, you see we're all in danger here. I know you hear us when we talk to you, so could you please help us? Thanks.
Thanks for that, Nicole.
Jacob,
You're here!
how did you get away from that puma?
Well, I really don't know. I mean, I ran back across the bridge, and I think the puma followed me, but then I came back across the bridge and came back here, and I haven't seen it since.
Well, I'm sure it'll be back soon. Let's go back to where we found, what's his name?
Oh, my name's Pele. That's what most people call me. And thanks for rescuing me. Not many people would have done that, really.
Well, we were just trying to help you the way Jesus helps us.
Oh, wow.
My goodness, the whole place is underwater.
If we hadn't been chased uphill by that puma, we'd be in over our heads.
With piranhas!
So it looks like the
And
food
I must have gotten back over that bridge just in time, because it's got to be underwater right now.
Wait, so the puma saved us from the flood, and the flood saved us from the puma?
God was protecting us.
Well, I think I'd like to hear more about this God of yours. Is it okay if I travel with you guys for a while?
Of course. Come with us. Good job, you guys. You've been troopers through this whole trip. And we're almost done. We should reach the village by tomorrow.
Wow. It sure is nice to walk on a path for a change.
Yeah, although I bet the treasure is more likely. Oh. Look at this. See, this is one of those clues I was telling you about. See an old paper with a symbol on it.
That symbol looks awfully familiar. Are you sure these papers are old enough to be clues to an ancient treasure?
Well, clues to an ancient treasure don't have to be as ancient as the treasure. I mean, what if somebody just found it and then put it back and then just left clues to show where it is?
Why would someone find a treasure and then just leave it there?
I don't know. There are weird people in the world.
What was that?
What? I didn't see anything.
I guess it was just my imagination. How are you doing, Nicole? I don't know. I'm a little tense after that Puma incident. How did you know we were going to be okay?
Well, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew that God would be with us. God is our protector who loves us, and he promised that everything that happens to us, even the bad things, would work out for good if we love him.
Well, if your God is that powerful, then why does he let bad things happen at all?
Well, God gives us a choice as to whether we'll follow him or not. And sadly, ever since the beginning of the world, people have been choosing to follow themselves instead of God. And when God's people didn't follow him, it opened the way for evil to enter the world. And so now, as God's servants, I want to help spread his love and bring people out of the darkness and back into a relationship that God wants to have with them.
Well, then I have a question. When you rescued me, you were in a ton of danger, and I asked why you did it, and you said it was because you were showing God's love the way he shows it to you. What do you mean by that?
You have no idea how much I was hoping you would ask. But it's kind of a long story. How much longer are you going to be traveling with us?
Well, at this rate, we should be hitting the crossroads in around 3.5 hours, I'd say.
Good, because this story isn't just a story. It's the most important thing that's ever happened. And it started way back when God created the world. So when God finally sent someone to save the world, he didn't just send someone. He came himself in the person of Jesus. It was the biggest expression of love that anyone could have ever given. When Jesus died on the cross, he saved the whole world from all of the evil and everything that we've ever done wrong. If we'll just trust him. Well, once I'm in a position to bring supplies in, I'll have to get you a Bible. It records the whole story, from the creation to the future, when Jesus comes back to be the king of the whole world.
That's very interesting. Thank you for telling me all this. It's so different from what my people believe, but there's just something about it that just feels right. I'll have to do some thinking about it. Oh, but it looks like, I'm sorry to say it, but this is where we'll be parting ways. This path over here is my village, and going over there is where you guys need to go.
Well, thank you so much for traveling with us.
Thank you so much for saving my life and telling me about the love of your God.
Bye, Bailey.
Bye.
Well, I hope he does okay. He seems like a good guy.
Oh, what was I thinking? I should have asked him if he knew anything about those symbols that he finally. I was so into that story that I forgot. That's a good story, though.
Oh, what symbols?
Oh, nothing. It's just part of my credit.
What did you mean when you said, when we're in a position to bring supplies in? Aren't we trying to get out of this jungle?
Well, you can, but I was actually planning to stay take the final trek up to the village.
I'm gonna go grab some water from the stream.
Okay, but be careful.
I wonder if the people in the village can help me decipher the clues I found.
You found clues? To what?
To the treasure, of course.
Halt! Don't make a move! Whoa, calm down. We're not going anywhere.
But you were just a moment ago. And you must know that trespassing foreigners will not be tolerated in this land.
Woo!
You must come with us.
Come on, we can take them. They're only like this tall.
Yeah, but they have spears and swords and bows.
Oh.
Okay, we will go with you. Where will you take us?
Okay. We'll come.
Here, bring me some more chocolate. That's good.
Your Majesty, some foreigners were caught in the jungle outside the village. Should I bring them in?
Well, if you will have to.
All right, then. I'll bring them in right away. Oh my God.
What are you doing here and why are you doing it? I'm here to tell your people. Well, I'm the only one who does the telling around here. So you can either leave or go to jail. Well, we're not going to leave. When I was in my country, take these silly foreigners away and lock them up. And don't give them any desserts.
Well, look what a pretty pickle we're in. Why do you just leave when you have the chance?
You gave us a clear choice. Either leave or go to prison. And you choose prison?
I guess these clues won't do me much good anymore.
Wait, what are those? Let me see those.
What, these? These are the treasure clues I've been finding around the jungle. I thought they might lead me to the emerald, but now I guess...
These are my old teaching posters.
What?
They must have fallen out of my notebook and gotten scattered all over the jungle. They have...
So, they're not treasure clues at all? Ah, and all this time I was following a false hope.
No, but see, they have symbols on them to remind us of the different rules that God placed in our lives. Like, let's see. Like there's an herb here to remind us that God is our creator. And here's a raven, like the one that fed Elijah, to remind us that God is our provider. And here's a paw print to remind us that God is our protector, like when he protected Daniel from the lions. And here's the most important one, a cross, to remind us that God is our Savior.
Like what you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah, that's the most important lesson that anyone could ever learn. The story of how God saved us in his love.
So, I guess maybe I was right. Maybe those posters do lead to a treasure.
Yeah, they do. They lead to the most valuable treasure in the universe, God's love for us. Oh, and that reminds me. You asked me why I chose to go to prison rather than leave. I got a poster for that. This is the one that didn't blow away. Yeah, the crown reminds us that God is our king. God told me to come to this village, and I'm not going to do, and even though the queen told me to leave, I'm not going to do that. And no matter what any human king or queen says, I'm staying here. I'm going to obey God.
You know, a few days ago I would have thought that sounded crazy, but I think I get it.
Guys? Guys? Where are you? Oh no! We gotta do something!
Nicole, what's going on?
Oh, thank you so much. You gotta go quickly. Come on.
What, where? Why?
Jacob, Cap, and Noel are in prison. I went to get water while we were taking a rest, and when I came back, they were gone. And then I found them, and they're all locked up, and I didn't know what to do. So I ran and ran, and then I remembered where you told us where you lived, and so I came to get you.
Calm down. It'll be okay. I'm an important man in my village, and I have influence with the queen. I'll go with you, and we can talk to her. As a matter of fact, I was meaning to come find you guys anyway. I'd like to hear more about this God who can protect us and save us with his love.
I wonder if he's using us to save them right now.
Maybe.
So that's my story. I guess I always knew that I wasn't going to find a big enough treasure to satisfy me just looking around the world for gold and jewels. But I never would have guessed that I'd find the greatest treasure ever by losing everything I worked for.
Well, I'm just glad I'll see you both in heaven someday.
Good afternoon. Prisoners, I'm happy to announce that you are not prisoners anymore.
What?
The Queen, you said the Queen a few minutes ago.
What?
It seems that Taylor, the chief 2 miles north of here, is grateful to you for saving his life. He says that you have essentially all he needs to do.
Well, what did I tell you? The king of the universe cannot be stopped. He's opened the door for me to live right here in the village and spread his love.
And I'm going to stay with you. Yeah, once you realize that God is in control and he protects you, a few snakes and big cats don't seem as scary.
Well, if you two have decided to stay, I should probably head out. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Are you going to look for the treasure?
No, I already found it. The real treasure, anyway. And now I need to go home and share it with my friends and family.
Me too. My friends and family need to know about the love of Jesus.
Well, just remember, that's wonderful.